Identity crisis.
Oh.
Which item flies through the light source? Select wisely.
Oh.
So here, you have like this narrow column of light, and something flies by, and then you need to pick what thing was that flew by.
Oh. Okay.
So there's a couple of different sets of items that are, can be. There's those cards. There's here. This is a very easy set to recognize items from, these various children's toys and candy items. The difficulty level is the narrowness, how wide that light thing is. These blocks are one of the harder ones to recognize.
Specific shape.
Sometimes there's fruit. Fruits are pretty easy because they're all different colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, the blocks are a bit difficult. The hardest one, though, is... There's, one set that is a hand holding up a certain number of fingers. That's the one that screwed me up. Here's one that's vegetables. That's about the same as fruits. Broccoli is pretty distinctly different from lettuce. So, otherwise it's color.
Onion!
Yeah, it's taking a while to get to the hands for some reason.
Throw hands. Lego! Or, sorry, construction block.
Nintendo actually made construction blocks like that as one of the toys that they made back in the day.
Lemon?
Yeah, I don't know why it's taking so long to get to hands.
You set this up to be difficult, and
there
we go.
So yeah, 1, 2, 3, or 4 fingers shown on a hand. And, like, when it goes by fast, that can be incredibly difficult to distinguish between, like, 2 and 3, 3 and 4.
That one with the X and O cards is going to be a problem for me.
That one, okay, yeah, I can see that being difficult for some people. For me, I found that very easy. But, yeah, I can see that being something that's hard to
because I can get the shape,
recognize.
but it would be difficult
yeah, which
for me to
which
remember
color
the
is the background versus which color is the shape.
It's interesting how it taxes a couple of different
Yeah.
Varieties of memory.
But otherwise, yeah, that's it. So, where the hell were we with discussing everything except Orbulon himself?
Well, we were discussing the variety of other ancillary types of extraterrestrials we've seen in the series.
And the fact that there have not actually been that many within the Mushroom World and its continent.
Yeah, and I suggested that the Mario Artist series is probably not taking place in the Mushroom World.
Experimental World is possibly another dimension, I don't know.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's the dimension of art.
I wonder if it's part of Subcon.
Maybe.
Electric Groovefish. Provide electron activity by connecting the strange life form to the city.
Okay.
So, your control is to D-pad to move electricity. You move the little electric bolt thing, you need to move it along the lines.
It's a catfish, right?
Yep, electric catfish. That's it's
like a Japanese story?
Something, I don't know the exact details. Sidebar will probably have information about why there is an electric catfish, why that's a common Japanese thing.
Like, I know...
I think it might just be, like, the words might be similar.
Like, I think there was a story about catfish causing earthquakes?
I don't know. I'll throw some information that I can find about catfish and Japanese folklore on Sidebar. Otherwise, here's the game. You move the electricity, you need to follow the path. On higher difficulties, the path gets more complex and has more lines going in all sorts of directions that you need to follow along.
Yeah, it seems really tough on the third difficulty.
Oh, yeah. So, that's it.
Yeah. Also, if you look at it, like, slant-wise, catfish also looks a little bit like an aubergine.
If you pay attention, at the end of the game there, in the audio, there's a little meow.
Aww.
I think that's cute.
The cat is happy it has some friends.
So...
Yes.
struggling to think of things to go on to.
Well, so, I know, personally, my foreknowledge, there will be more extraterrestrials in the future.
I know Mario goes to space.
Well, so there's that, yes. But there are also actual extraterrestrials as well.
Yeah, we'll see that when we get to there.
Yeah.
I feel like I had other things to talk about with WarioWare.
Oh, with WarioWare? Okay.
I'm trying to remember. Next game. Strength in numbers. The squid and octopi are in disagreement. Which side has more militarily enabled units?
About that.
So the goal here is to pick whichever one has the higher number of them in the thing. The red octopi or the blue squid.
Wait a minute.
None of them look particularly militarily enabled to me.
There's squid and octopi, and they're fighting.
Yeah, but they don't have ink weapons.
Yet!
Prequel to Splatoon.
That's what I'm saying!
Anyway, the game is you
They
pick
laid the
whichever
foundations!
You pick whichever one is the larger quantity, and the difficulty level determines the total number of things. Higher difficulty has a higher total number of things. Sometimes they're very close, and it can be very hard to tell. Sometimes they're pretty significantly different, and I never bother to actually count them. I just go on, like, vibe of what looks like the most common color.
Yeah.
It's like, once it gets fast, you don't have time to count 20 things. So.
But that's one of the interesting things about human observation. Is that, while it is, you know, most accurate from like a digital video game perspective to count, humans are able to make a distinction very quickly based on things like color and motion.
Sometimes there's just one.
Yeah.
And that's very easy. But yeah, I just generally try to judge based on percentage of screen area covered by each color. Which is going to be thrown off a little bit by the fact that they can, you know, be in front of each other. But just kind of vibe.
Kind of brings a weird light to it that this is about military, but
yeah. I don't know. I'm tapped out. Orbulon is a terrible character, and there's nothing to say about him. Not yet, at least.
no, we'll probably find out more. Maybe he'll get bigger in the future.
Yeah, maybe he's just a little kid. Maybe he is so lost child. Who's just being a brat.
Who is this sassy lost child from space?
Yeah, I'm probably going to be doing a lot more fast forward to cover up these gaps.